What is distributed computing and why it is hard? Imagine you are trying to cook Thanksgiving dinner. But instead of one kitchen, you have got 10 kitchens scattered across the city. Each kitchen has different ovens, different chefs, and sometimes the power goes out. Oh, and you need all the food to arrive at Grandma's house at the same time, hot and ready. That, my friends, is distributed computing in a nutshell. Welcome back to Distributed Systems Demystified, where we take the scary headache-inducing world of distributed computing and make it, well, slightly less terrifying. Let's probe the myths, mistakes, and magic of distributed systems. At its core, distributed computing is just breaking a big problem into smaller pieces and solving them across multiple computers. Sounds simple, right? Like group projects in school, except unlike school, you cannot just let one person do all the work while the rest coast along. Every machine matters. The challenge: computers don't gossip at the water cooler. They talk over networks, and networks are, let's say, about as reliable as a toddler with a secret. Distributed systems are like juggling flaming swords while riding a unicycle on ice blindfolded. Sure, it looks cool when it works, but one slip and you're in the ER. The complexity comes from assumptions. Engineers often assume things like the network is reliable or latency is zero. Those assumptions are wrong, and that's where the famous fallacies of distributed computing come in. Check out the shorts video on my channel. I will break down these 8 fallacies one by one. Think of them as the 7 deadly sins of distributed systems, plus one bonus for good measure. We will talk about why networks fail, why latency is never zero, unless you have invented teleportation, call me if you have, and why assuming infinite bandwidth is like assuming your fridge will never run out of snacks. Ever had a video call freeze mid-sentence? That's latency. Ever tried to upload a giant file and watched the progress bar crawl like a snail? That's bandwidth. Ever had your Wi-Fi drop during a Netflix binge? That's reliability or lack thereof. These are not just annoyances. At scale, they can cost companies millions. Amazon once calculated that every 100 milliseconds of latency costs them 1% in sales. That is a lot of unsold toasters. Even if you are not building the next Google, understanding distributed systems matters. Your apps, your websites, your databases. They are all running on distributed systems under the hood. Knowing the pitfalls makes you a better developer, architect, or even just a more patient Netflix user. So distributed systems, powerful, necessary, and occasionally soul-crushing, but don't worry, we are going to tackle them together. Start by checking my first short on channel fallacy. The network is reliable. It's not bring your duct tape and retries, because things are about to get messy. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for the full more technical stories like this, and drop a comment with your worst network fail story. Bonus points if it involves cosmic rays flipping a bit. See you in the next one.